GSL Codex.
GSL.
Thousands of anti-government protesters have
Welcome to GSL Antigua Shipyard.
All right, in the bottom right, losing that last game to that crazy all-in. Can he come back? Or he's going to be close to getting knocked out of this GSL Codex. We're going to see here. His ID is
NaNiWa.
And in the upper left, we have our Terran player. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do this game, because clearly this guy thinks for himself. He's got his own crazy timings that are going to ruin the ladder for everybody. His idea is
Complexity hard.
you know, like when we do, like when Nesty dropped the creep outside the fastest spinning. For us, I'm like, well, this is just awesome. Except for everybody who's the fastest spinning Protoss in the ladder now.
Yeah, that's so true.
Some guy doesn't watch because it's like, what?
Immediately.
Suddenly everybody's.
Immediately I was hitting that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Hart getting his gas. Not going for that one barrage spam, which is so popular. We'll see what he ends up doing with that. NaNiWa, I think we're going to see probably the same build.
I think so.
It's such a solid build. We will see in a moment here. So far, he's followed it pretty well. Will he Chrono Boost out that first sellout? Is the question.
I really kind of wanted to see what NaNiWa was actually going to do that game. That's the trick about, timings and all-ins like that, is that you kind of denying them the strategy they wanted to use to begin with.
I think versus Hart, he's going to be playing mostly reactive, because Hart is this type of player where he's going to do cheesy stuff to you, and you can't just do your game plan. You have to react to his game plan. And in fact, NaNiWa is going to do the 2-1 Stalker pressure early on. Really solid and strong pressure. I really suggest you guys try this out. It's been my PBT opener for the past few weeks. It's been awesome.
And as you can see here, he scouts with the Zealot. Sending that out. And it looks like now that SCV is going to get in there. And yeah, he's sending a probe out as well.
I think this probe is just searching for proxies, because this is forced cross spawn. So
yeah.
The probe went up into the third base, and now he's going elsewhere. Actually, he might be.
Is he going to proxy
I think you know what he might do?
What?
No, I think it's going to be. Oh, okay. If you went up into that expansion, I thought that it was going to be definitely a proxy of a Robo for like a proxy 4-gate warp prism or something. But
yeah,
I wonder what he's going to do with this now. Could still be something like that. He's scouting everywhere with this probe.
Well, I'm surprised he's scouting like locations inside of Hart's territory, so I do think he's going to proxy something.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be, right?
At the same time, I feel like that might be a little bit late for a proxy as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know, I think he just brought it out that time so the SCV would have no idea that there was a probe on the map. Because he knew the timing of the SCV, and then he could get it away from there. And in fact, yeah, he's going for a 4-gate. So it looks like it's just a standard 4-gate that we're going to be seeing here from NaNiWa. Really quick probe sneak. And this is not a bad choice against someone that cheeses, It's economy builds that get killed by cheese. When you also kind of cheese, a lot of the times it's going to match up reasonably well for you, because you both have like these weird number of units early game, and oftentimes you can catch someone off guard who's expecting you to expand.
Yeah, well said. I mean, yeah, you're right. You're totally right on that. The reason why cheese actually works is because the guy's trying to do something even standard economical or greedy, and you just slap it down.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's going to be careful. He does not want to go too far to the left there, because he would reveal that hidden probe.
Yeah.
Wow, that actually, for what NaNiWa is doing, is a pretty big deal. To have that Zealot bruised.
Yeah, he doesn't want to have that thing bruised. But at least he knows oh no, he lost it. Oh, that's too bad.
That's really bad.
But you know what's really good for him is that those Marines are in the middle of the map, and now he can just warp in Stalkers behind him and kill them all. That's what's really good for him. And NaNiWa should be able to take this game. I'm already calling this, man. This is perfect. Look at this. Hart out in the middle of nowhere, and he is caught in between a bunch of units with just his little podunk army of Marines.
And he's having to remake the bunker, so yeah, I don't think that this is a solvable problem right now. Now, let's see if Hart actually does enough damage over here. Oh, nice moving here. Trying to get that ramp.
Well,
Will these probes all be taken out? A lot are taking damage.
and look at this. He is just going to kill every SCV in about 2 seconds. Hart already knows he's in terrible shape. In fact, there's just no way to hold this, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he is doing good damage to that Hellion, those Hellions at NaNiWa's base, but NaNiWa's Stalkers beat anything that Hart can do right now. Absolutely anything.
And Hart now picking up, and there's really nothing he can do. And he's lifting off in case he can do some kind of a trade, but there's just too much meat here for Protoss.
Yeah. I mean, really, he can kill every single probe with those 2 Hellions. He does.
Yeah.
And NaNiWa still has, like, way too strong an army. But NaNiWa's actually, it looks like he's walking home with all of his Stalkers, which I find a bit odd because, okay, he's warped into Stalker at home, so that's actually
all
set.
right, GG.
Okay, there you go. Pretty simple one there. That was a good choice by NaNiWa. I really like that choice. He took this map against a player he knows is pretty likely to go for some sort of one-base pressure, if not an all-in. And he four-gated him on a map that's going to be harder in the late game for Protoss.
And what's also funny about it is, like, normally when you pick a map that you're going to play on, if you're going to cheese on it, it better be like the best possible cheese on that map. And usually when players pick maps, I would love to see the stats on this side. They tend not to cheese on that. They normally have a build they're going to do. But he did a cheese that wasn't even necessarily that good on that map.
Sure.
Only because he knew that Hart was probably going to do some kind of opening like that.
Matched up with the player really, really well.
Yeah. Really smart stuff.
Yeah, quite impressed with it. All right, 1-1. Last map, Ohana.
Now, we've seen Hart twice now go for this bunker at the end. One time it was on the low ground, one time it was up at the ramp. But, is he going to do something similar to this time? Are we going to see a different build from Hart?
It's so hard to say, man. Hart really mixes it up so well.
I mean, there are 2 Protosses in this group, too. So, are the Protosses watching this going, if I play against Hart, he seems to do...
The cheeses he's using aren't what you use against Squirtle. Against Squirtle, you use double proxy barracks as MVP.
That's actually true, yes.
So, that's...
Who else said that to Squirtle? Was that Keen?
Oh, it was Keen, yeah.
Keen, 2
games
Keen's like, look, guys, I just want to win.
Yeah.
I just want to get out of this group. I don't care what you think. I don't care about your feelings. I don't. I want to move on.
So, yeah, I mean, back to NaNiWa versus Hart. Ohana, what does Hart open here? It's hard to say, but I think NaNiWa goes standard.
It's hard to say. Bad jokes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It looks like, I think what's actually going on is NaNiWa's probably taking a restroom break because I see he's not in the game.
Yeah, he got up
right
out
now.
of the booth.
Okay.
That's what's happening. Yeah, he is going to the bathroom, it says in the chat.
Oh, nice NaNiWa sign. I like that.
That looks just like
The resemblance is
NaNiWa.
uncanny.
Oh, my God.
He's got NaNiWa's nose.
He's got the shape of NaNiWa's head.
Hi, we're back on camera.
Yeah.
So, I do think NaNiWa could still win this. To do that first cheese, and then it looked like the second one he was, he wanted to do that Hellion drop and then go.
Yeah.
But that build that Hart was doing in the second game, I mean, you can just, if you're just attacked while that's going on, you lose.
Yeah.
You kill their base while they kill some of your probes.
Sure.
And then eventually
I think
you just end up taking out the Hellions.
When you really look at what's going on here, but this is always how Hart ends up winning, is stuff like this. But if you look at the first game, how did Hart win? It was a mistake by NaNiWa going up that ramp. That was a mistaken engagement that he should not have done. If he had all those units and just brought them home, even if you give Hart back the units that NaNiWa ended up killing with that, NaNiWa still holds with his Colossus.
Sure.
He does. That's the way it goes. So I feel like NaNiWa is probably just the better player here. But the thing is, Hart, he makes you play in a different way.
Yeah.
So.
Looks like NaNiWa's back in the game, so hopefully we'll get this going. By the way, I'm going to say this now just because we're not getting enough questions submitted for these interviews.
Oh, yeah.
So as you guys have probably seen, if you've been following the season, we have Snowbird now translating for us as Artosis interviews them. We want you guys to send in your questions to the players. This is a great way we kind of get to humanize the players this way. Instead of just, they're in big plastic boxes and we talk about them and we see their games.
That's true. And they're actually the people inside those big plastic boxes.
They are. They are indeed. All right. So it looks like both players are ready. Again, this will be Ohana.
Yeah.
And this is a smaller map, so I could see Hart doing something cheesy or all-in-ish here.
Oh, certainly, man. It's Hart. Wouldn't be surprised, though, if you went for like a 2-base instead or something. You know, it's good to mix that up as well. You don't want to always do 1-base play. We will see in a moment.
NaNiWa's just getting hydrated.
That's right. Drinking out of the
Cups
cup.
in Korea.
I have a little cup just like that.
Yes, you do. It's right on our table. Cups in Korea are always way too small.
It says Modern Office. I think it is supposed to say modern, probably, but maybe not.
I don't know. I don't know where Toast is. All right, let's do this. Head-to-head. The final game between these two, at least for now. NaNiWa against Hart in the GSL.